where Elliott Sadler, Ron Fellows, among others, will join Larry McReynolds, myself, Jeff Heyman, and Michael Waltrip, hopefully to discuss qualifying here at Watkins Glen. Well, unfortunately, we've had bad weather. That's been the story for today here at Watkins Glen International. Let's take a look. 10 o'clock this morning, heavy fog, damp weather. Half hour later, some of the fog had lifted, but still, nobody has been on the track. And about noontime, dark clouds rolled in, so it's been a struggle all day long to get this track dry. But recently, we saw the spotters atop the spotter stand to help try and get the drivers around this course for some practice. The Nextel Cup team's hoping to get an hour of practice, followed by the NASCAR Busch North Series, followed by qualifying. Welcome to Watkins Glen International in Watkins Glen, New York for Bud Pole qualifying. Racing on this historic venue has been taking place since 1948. Unfortunately, the big story here today has been the weather. There will be no Bud Pole qualifying. Those vehicles you see there, the only ones to make it onto the racetrack today. No practice for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series teams today, or qualifying for that matter. They will practice again, or for the first time tomorrow morning, then again at 11 o'clock after a 9:15 a.m. practice. Now last week, the most recent winner in the Nextel Cup Series, Jeff Gordon, visiting Victory Lane at the Brickyard for the fourth time. He has won 3 of the last 6 races coming in to Watkins Glen. For more on Jeff Gordon, we go to the garage area and Matt Yoakum.
A special win last week, Jeff Gordon, 4 Brickyard 400 wins. When you think back over the past week, how does that one rank among the other 3?
Well, it's amazing. I mean, obviously they each have their own significance and keep getting sweeter. But, you know, there's just something about where our team's at right now with what we've experienced over the years. I think that the more years I spend in this sport, the more I appreciate moments like that even more. And it's been an amazing week, just recapping the whole race. And I got a chance to watch it on TV, and you know, the chills still are in your body when you see yourself take that checker flag for the 4th time. So it was amazing. I tell you, we're riding high right now. Excited about being here at the Glen. Wish we were able to get qualifying in, but we're excited about this weekend.
Did you ever think a victory celebration would be as controversial and make headlines like you did, stopping at the bricks and getting out with the emotional celebration with your team?
Well, it seems like celebrations in Victory Lane been somewhat controversial here lately. But, you know, in the heat of the moment when excitement, you know, takes over on a big race like that.
I mean, that's huge race.
Huge race. Sometimes there's some confusion, and so, you know, my intentions were to pull down there on those bricks, celebrate my guys, get back in the car and go back over to Victory Lane, or go over to Victory Lane, and unfortunately that didn't happen, and that's why we sent out the press release this week. It wasn't that I was in trouble or any conflicts of sponsors or anything like that. It had nothing to do with all that stuff. It just happened to do with things escalating, and the only thing I wanted to apologize about was the tradition, the history at that speedway, and how important it is to celebrate as well in Victory Lane or Winner's Circle there. And we still got the trophy, we still got the check, we still had experienced a moment, and I think it's, you know, important for us, whether it's this weekend or any other weekend, for every driver to get to Victory Lane and enjoy that moment. It's a special moment. It doesn't have to be the Brickyard 400, and I think NASCAR encourages that. It's just that we have sponsors to take care of, and we just have to balance it out. It's hey, they have their sponsors, and we have to respect that, and we have our sponsors, and I think they respect that as well.
Lining up by points, you like the fact you're lining up next to your teammate in the car that you co-own?
I like being on the front row. I like seeing those 2 cars on the front row. Very exciting. And I think Jimmy's going to be tough here. I mean, he really has come into his own on the road courses. If you look at his performance out at Sonoma, I thought that was pretty impressive. So he's going to give us all some fits being on that pole. But I look forward to practicing tomorrow and really seeing what we've got here. We haven't been here since last year. Some guys tested. Our road course program was good at Sonoma, and I hope it'll be good here.
And I think this got to be very good. 8 road course wins, Dave.
Matt, I'm standing by Elliott Sadler's car with his crew chief, Todd Parrott. Now, because Elliott's 6th in the chase for the championship, he will start 6th for a guy that's only qualified 24th best here. You guys got to be psyched.
Yeah, we are. Come out of the motorhome this morning and did a rain dance, and I saw it drying up. I was praying for some more rain, but as it all turned out, it all worked out great. Start 6th here on Sunday, and pretty excited about that.
Without any on track today, how does that change the guys' preparation for the car at all?
Yeah, we just make some spring changes. DJ tested up here last week and had a really good test, learned a few things, and basically we'll go off of the things that he did, the things that we did with this particular race car at Infineon back in June, and just adjust from there, and hopefully we hit on it.
Of course, the idea today, or our Sunday guys, will be to stay up front now that he's starting on the outside of row 3. Guys?
All right, thanks a lot, Dave. Hi, everybody. Steve Burns alongside Larry McReynolds and Jeff Hammond. Now, let's talk about the chase for the championship. Who does this rain out affect the most and why?
Well, Steve, I think there's no doubt that these next 5 weeks, every day at the racetrack is a challenge for these teams as we head to those final 10. And I obviously think for teams like Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Elliott Sadler, maybe Casey Kane, who'll be making his first start here, qualifying being rained out is a relief because we know this is a road course. It's very hard to pass. It is a huge advantage to start up near the front. And if nothing else, your pit selection. This pit road is completely backwards. We've seen pit selection win and lose a race here. We only have 3 guys in the top 15 that has ever even won a road course race, and I know one guy we're going to be watching will be that guy coming from the 15th position, Mark Martin. He's won here 3 times, and right now he is on a mission to get to that top 10.
Well, Jeff Hammond, as we take a look at the starting grid with the front row of Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon, what else do these teams have to concern themselves with as they line up by owner points?
Well, I talked to several of the drivers here, Steve. They were in the top 10, like Kirk Busch, for example, and they all contend. You've got to run 90 laps basically out of control if you want to be a contender here and have a chance to win. On top of all that, you've got to understand, being the fact this is a fast road course, you can wear your brakes out. You can wind up making trouble with the transmission. You can get off the course and wind up in one of these sand traps. So you have a lot of things that could kind of like jump up and bite you here. So the guy that wins here on Sunday has got to be hitting all his marks and keep all 4 wheels on the surface.
Well, there will be some racing action here at Watkins Glen International. The Rolex sports cars will be on the track. Tony Stewart will team with Andy Wallace. You can watch that at 10 p.m. here on Speed. Meanwhile, stay tuned for a look at Kyle Petty's charity ride across America. Thanks for joining us here from Watkins Glen International. We'll be with you all weekend.